Alright everybody, we're back on the Allis Chalmers project. We're going to start putting stuff together, but we have a whole bunch of new issues that a good bath in the parts tank have revealed. So we're going to dig right into it. Now, casting down there, main support, all these parts we got all cleaned up. It's looking great. Lower retainer cleaned up excellent. Steering shaft we didn't run through the tank, but it's looking good. The exception to the rule, the lower axle mount. So because of the power steering having that leak and not knowing where it came from, crud and oil all over this thing, could not see a lot of what was going on here. I did notice a few of these things, but when we add all of it up, I decided to junk this casting completely. Starting with issue number 1, as you can see here, this is the one that was really hidden. Both these ears broke off at one point in time and have been brazed back on. Pretty good braze job, looks professionally done. If that was the only issue, I would still keep running with this casting. But there is more. We also have going on here this steel plate that has been not nearly as professionally welded on to this casting. Now it looks like a steel plate, probably steel rod, trying to weld it onto what I believe is cast iron, which may be why it looks so bad. Also may be that person was just a very bad welder, and it looks like they were trying to make some sort of a wear surface for the steering arm maybe. I'm not 100% sure why, but if we go back to the disassembly video, I recall making a comment that sounded something like this. Of course, they make this thing in just such a way that you can't get a socket on it, so you have to use a wrench. A little frustrating. So, as we can see now more clearly, that was not an Allis Chalmers design, that was this steel plate. And you can see here, I can probably take a hammer and break that weld. It's completely disconnected here. It's just being held on here. But that was what was hanging up on the sockets. That's why I had to use a combination wrench to get these two cap screws out. But the biggest issue of all, down here, the surface it's facing up would be towards the back of the tractor. So this would be pointing towards the sky. This pinhole where the front axle connects to the tractor, this is the main connection point, and this would take the brunt of the vertical load from the front axle to the tractor. As we can see here, over just under half of it has broken away, and judging by the amount of dirt and grime that's filled in the pores of the casting, it's been like that for a while. And this is the important side. This is the side that's fighting gravity. That's the side we need. This is the reason I'm scrapping this casting. I had some other ideas. I was thinking about making a kind of a hanger to grab the bottom of the casting, but no, we're gonna do it right. This casting's going away. So, looking just as dirty as our original casting was when we pulled it off the tractor, we have this piece, which was off of a later model, series 3 to whatever, probably D17. I don't know what series exactly it was, but myself and Alex at A&W Tractor up in Cecil, Wisconsin. Amazing shop there if you ever get the chance. That dude really knows his Allis's, and he has a lot of tractor parts for almost any Allis Chalmers you can think of. I was really amazed by the parts he has. We'll definitely be going back there for more parts for this build, but this is what we needed for now. So, we looked through the parts books. The number for the 15 and the 17 was the same, so we went with this casting. It's in much better shape. You can see both ears are still attached and possibly even a little bigger. On the bottom side here, you can see we are not missing any material on the top, and this is, like I said, a bit of a newer style part. So there's actually a bushing inside the casting on this one, and they added a grease zert, which is not an Allis factory option, but somebody along the lines did that. I like it. I'm keeping it. And if we look up here, there's quite a bit more material than on the casting that failed. By the way, it was a D15 Series 2. he marked it. Alright, so that pretty well brings us up to date. We're still waiting on some oil seals. Should be here in the next couple days. Maybe if we're lucky even before I finish filming this video, and it's all just going to be wound up in the same video. If not, the reassembly is going to be 2 parts. But now that we have the bigger parts taken care of, we got some gaskets made, a lot of stuff cleaned up. We're going to start setting our backlash and reassembling the power steering.